Okay, so now that we have our knowledge of place value, we are going to jump into rounding our numbers. Today's focus on day one is rounding to the thousands place. Here's a little bit of an activator. Can you think back to grade 3? Round 73 to the nearest 10. What would 73 round to for the nearest 10? Okay, let's review. So 73 to the nearest 10. A little rhyme that we learned is if it's 5 or more, up the score, 4 or less, let it rest. Well, if I'm going to the nearest 10, I'm going to look at the number behind it, and it's a 3. 3 tells me it's 4 or less. I'm going to let it rest. So that 3 is going to change to a 0 and rest, and I'm going to keep the 7 there. So 73 is rounded to 70. It's closer to 70 than 80. Another review. Round 461 to the nearest 100. So I'm going to look at the number behind it, which is a 6. The rule is 5 or more, let it soar. So that 6 is going to move the number in front up. That 4 is now going to change to a 5, and everything else behind it changes to 0. So in 3rd grade, you did nearest 10 and nearest 100. In 4th grade, we're going to build all the way up to the 100,000s, okay? And I'm going to show you a new strategy this year that might be a little bit more helpful. We are learning to round multi-digit numbers to the nearest thousands place using something called a vertical number line. I know I have learned this one. I can locate the thousands place. I can determine which 2 thousands the number is between, and then I can choose which thousand the number is closest to. Okay, here are our vocabulary words. The first one, and I think it's the only, oh no, there's more. Rounding. Rounding is when we choose to round up or down, and when they say round, it means choose the closest number place value wise. Okay, an example, 52. The 5 is going to stay because the 2 behind it is smaller than 5. 4 or less, let it rest. So 52 is rounded to 50. 476, we can round to 480 because 76 is closer to 80. 3,680, I can round to 4,000 because 680 is closer to 1,000 than it is to 0. Okay, here we go. Here's an I do. We're going to round 6,100 to the nearest 1,000. It's telling me nearest 1,000. In 6,100, which number is in the thousands place? The 6 is. I'm going to underline my 6, and then I'm going to put a box around the rest of it. Okay, the number that I underline is a 6. I'm going to put a 6 on the bottom of my vertical line. What is 1 more than 6? 1 more than 6 is 7. Now, how many numbers are in the box? There are 3 digits in the box. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I look at the first digit in the box. It's a 1. The rule is 4 or less, let it rest. So I'm going to pick the number resting on my vertical line. 6,100 rounds to 6,000. Here's another one. 4,700 to the nearest 1,000. It says 1,000. Underline my thousands place, box the numbers behind it. The 4 is underlined, so it goes under. 1 more than 4 is 5. Put that on the top. How many zeros or how many digits are in the box? 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. 3 zeros. Now I'm going to look at my first digit in the box. It is a 7. The rule is 5 or more, let it soar. I'm going up and choosing the number at the top of my vertical line. So 4,700 is rounded to 5,000. Okay, let's do one together. Round 9,300 to the nearest 1,000. What place value does it say we're rounding to? Thousands. So which number is in the thousands place? the 9. We're going to underline the 9. And what did I do to my other numbers? Put a box around everything behind it. Okay, what number is underlined? The 9. The 9 goes under, and one more than 9 goes up top. What's one more than 9? 10. We're going to put a 10 on the top. Now we ask ourselves, how many digits in the box? How many do you see? 3 digits. So we put 3-digit zeros behind each number on my vertical line. Now, which digit do we look at in the box? The first digit. That's a 3. Is 3 4 or less or 5 or more? 3 is 4 or less, so we're going to rest. Go down on our vertical line. That's the number it's rounded to. So 9,300 is rounded to 9,000. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's round 215,711 to the nearest 1,000. Draw a vertical line. Okay. What place value are we rounding to? It says 1,000. Which digit is in my thousands place? Good. The 5. Now we're going to box everything behind it. Okay. The number underlined and anything in front goes on the bottom. So I'm going to write a 215 on the bottom. What's one more than 215? 216. Now again, look at the box. How many digits? 3. 3 zeros and 3 zeros. Now we look inside the box at that first number. It's a 7. What are you going to circle? Is it the number up at the score, or are we going to let it rest? The number is a 7. Down or up? Fantastic. We're rounding up. 215,711 is rounded to 216,000. Let's try the one that is on the bottom down here. 214,569 to the nearest thousands place. 214,569. It said to the nearest thousands place. What number are we going to underline? Awesome. The 4. And now what do we do? Box everything behind it. Make a vertical line. What number do we put on the bottom? We're going to put the 4 on the bottom. We're also going to put any digits in front of the 4. So we're going to put 214 on the bottom. And what's one more? 215 on the top. Now what do? We need to put digits that are in the box as zeros. 3 digits in the box. So I put 3 zeros. Same with the top. Put 3 zeros. Now what do? Look at the first digit in the box. It is a 5. What is the rule? 5 or more, we let it soar. So we're going to pick the soaring number. So 214,569 is 215,000. Okay. All this is practice. The more that you do it, the better you know it. Try this one on your own. Pause the video and come back and see if you get it correct. Okay. I'm going to draw a vertical line. The directions say nearest 1,000, so I'm going to find my thousands place, which is the 5. Box everything behind it. Write 145 on the bottom. So one more would be 146. How many digits are in the box? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, the first digit in that box is a 1. 1 tells me to let it rest. I'm going to choose 145,000 as the number I am rounding to. Here's one more to try. Oh, it's a little sneaky review. What is the value of the 4 in 70,460? What value does the 4 represent? It represents 400. Okay, now I want you to round this number to the nearest 1,000. Pause the video and round it to the nearest 1,000 and see how you do. Okay. 70,460. Let's round it to the nearest thousands place. Box everything behind it. 70 on the bottom. One more would be 71 on the top. 3 zeros because there's 3 digits in the box. The first digit in the box is a 4. 4 tells me to let it rest. I'm going to choose the number on the bottom. So 70,460 is rounded to 70,000. If you are having trouble, come back and watch the steps. You get stronger and better at this the more you practice. It's just repetitive practice for rounding. That being said, it is time to practice some on your own. Click the link. It will bring you to some activities to practice for rounding. You got this.